you know what the environment was 20 years ago, man. Like it was like in one city alone. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
And so, initially in the beginning, when I got word that Jay Z wanted to work with us, I started that fear. I'm like, no, I can't do that because he's one of them. He's one of those rich rappers. It was
He took
no,
your style.
the thought and the thought and the mentality back in 1999 was so like the haves versus the have-nots, the Confederates versus the Yankees, like that sort of thing. And like I avoided the phone call for like 3 weeks, and then a friend of mine was like, "All right, just calm down and just have a conversation with him."
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. No, we ain't got nothing in common. And so, it's weird. We did it. We did it. And what's weird about Jay is that he diffused the situation in almost 15 seconds. And he doesn't even remember this. Jay gave me do you remember the character Troy McClure from The Simpsons?
No, no.
Played by Phil Hartman. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. And I like he sold the town like a monorail or whatever.
Hmm.
And my first thought was like, wait a minute, Jay Z knows what animation cartoons are, like, because you have this set thought in your mind of what he is as a character. Because I saw him as a character, not as a human. And he told a deep cut Simpsons joke,
Mm.
and I was like, oh damn, he's
He's got
he's
a
a
nerd
nerd like
side
I
too,
am.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Jay's a nerd like I am. And then suddenly, like, it took that to just put all weapons down, and we talked about it. And what I'll say is that of any artist I work with, like, I enjoyed working with him the most because he seemed wide open to new ideas.
Yeah.
And being like any other artist I was working with at the time, I'd have to Jedi mind trick him. Like,
Yeah.
by that point, I'd learned to suggest the opposite first. I'll be like, yeah, that vocal take was great. All right, let's go. Let's go to dinner. No. I can do it again. Whereas with
Opposite.
him, he was always like, what do you think? Like, should we try it this way? Should we try it that way? Hey, let's try both ways and see what's better. So that was cool. But getting him even used to the thought of real time conversation with a fan base while I was mixing down the Unplugged record at Electric Lady Studios.
Mhm.
He sat with me for about 6 or 7 hours, which is a lifetime for him, because normally he'd be like, all right, we good. All right, all right. And then he'd be out and whatnot. And then I was like, I wonder if I should explain to him, like, what this is. Like, so he like looked over my shoulder and like, what is that? And I was like, this is OK Player. And I explained, like, this is how I communicate with my fan base in real time. And he kind of looked like, I don't know. I said, look, just take a tester. And I said, watch. And I put the post up, sitting here with Jay Z, talk, like, say something to him.
Yeah.
And instantly, like, I'm in record time. It was almost like 200 responses. And that's the first time he saw that. And
Yeah.
it was overwhelming at a bit. But then I started seeing the wheels turning, like, and he actually did some Q&A stuff for like like
Wow.
4 minutes, which for him is, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
a long time, you know.
Another
So
guy. Another guy you got rich history